Hi friend, in the last video we had discussed about service module of cloud computing, and in this session we will discuss like how deployment modules in cloud computing. There are the three deployment modules are there, like a public cloud, private cloud, and the hybrid cloud. There is a most interesting factors that in hybrid cloud that we'll discuss later. But let's talk about the public cloud. Yes, so these are the clouds which are open, used by general public. So public cloud only for this, it's a public, a general people. They exist beyond an organization and fully hosted and managed by the vendors. Whatever they using this, application or server, everything that is managed by the service provider, not by the user or customer. Okay, so they will use it through over the internet, but it is fully managed by the vendors. That means it's a public cloud, right? So they have some rules, regulation, everything for the everyone, so that you need to be follow. All right, so this is what the public cloud. Okay, and your data is stored in the provider's data center, and the provider is responsible for the management and maintain the data center. So you are not going to be responsible for that your data, and that manage your data. It is the providers to take the responsibility to manage your data, to maintain your data center, everything. The service provider will manage, because it's a public cloud, right? You don't have anything, you just access your application, you don't have anything and locally, it should be on remote, right? So because you are sharing the computing resources among the network of users, the public cloud offers a greater flexibility and cost saving. Definitely, I already explained these things, how it is cost saving and it's greater flexibility. Like if anything goes wrong with your first server, then you will get automatically the recover from other server, because there is no downtime, no connection loss. But yes, you will get the connection if your internet is no, you don't have. Then if you get your loss of your internet connection, then it's called a disaster also. But that is depends upon you. But in private cloud side, there should be a resiliency, there should be a flexibility. Definitely it's a cost saving. So this is good option if you demand of computing resources fluctuates. You have to purchase the capacity of the basis of uses, and can scale up or scale down server capability. I told you, right, that how much you, it depends upon you, that much you pay only, right? So if you scale off, then you need to payment. If you scale down, then your payment option is closed, so you not no need to pay anything. So this is what, and based on the traffic and other dynamic requirement also, that you will when you work on that, you will go with deep dive about, right, how this cost everything. It's define when you take the public cloud for your organization. Definitely it should be a discussion, right? It should be a like a uh, contract, and like the price discussion will happen, right? So they will tell you like what things are covered, what things are not covered, right? Okay, so this type of cloud environment is if you're linked to many companies, because it reduces lead time in testing and deploying new products. Definitely it is not taking a time taking, right? Because if you have in a company, like you need to create a virtual machine, everything, so that is time taking and very complexity. But here there is no, it's not a time taking. Okay, cons, there are more vulnerable than private clouds. Definitely it's a vulnerability, like it's a security perspective. There is no control of resources used, who share them, because whatever the data you stored, it definitely stored in the public. If you are working in India and you taken the Google something, some service provider, definitely the the data center is there in USA, so your data is stored in USA, it is not in your country. What are the norms and conditions and everything, and data center perspective, they have created on their perspective, their company, their country's perspective, right? And your data is stored over there. So definitely it's a vulnerability, a perspective, like we can say it's a cons. Like even though you don't control the security of public cloud, all your data remains separate from other, and security breach of public clouds are rare. because they will manage it. It should not be security breach never be happen, but even though it's like you are not in your control, right? Let's talk about the private cloud means nothing like I told you, like the way you create a data center, definitely it should be data center, but it is hosted in the internet. So whenever you and the firewall should be there, any person can be accessed through the internet. Okay, so then this can be great option to companies who already have the expensive data center, because they can use their current infrastructure, because in some time if the new company they can go with cloud, right? But if the existing company having their own data center, but they can migrate it to cloud with their private cloud, not to the public cloud, because they have their own data center, right? So they can migrate to private cloud and they can use their own data center. It's more secure than private. Because it's security perspective, data privacy issue, then definitely it is. All right. And the main drawback people see with private cloud is that all management, maintenance, updating, definitely the data center is the responsibility of the company. The organization will take all the responsibility, maintain, management, updating, security update, everything. Antivirus update, maintenance, everything will be taken care by the company only itself, only organization itself, because it's a private. And last not the least, it's a hybrid cloud. It's a more interesting topic. It's a mix of private and private and public. Okay, because in this cloud session, because company might be more some service provider, even though they have the private cloud, because some of the like critical apps, critical servers, they have managed by own and private cloud, and some of the service which is not as so critical, or secure, that can be managed by public, and that they will integrated it, like if you have their own infrastructure, right, own data center and migrate to the private cloud, and even though you are connected with the public cloud also, that means why, and sometimes the company it's required, so some companies might be required, so that's why they can do it, and most of the company doing these things only. Okay, because I think most of the company with their own data center now, the cloud is came, so they migrate to their private cloud and merge with the public cloud. And here what happened, like the data, everything will be, the critical application, critical data will stored in their private, and they will access to public cloud through the VPN on premises. Okay, so this is what the hybrid clouds here. Okay, let's talk about advantage and disadvantage of cloud computing. I can say it's a more advantages is there. So it's low computer cost, definitely it's low. Improved performance, definitely it's improved performance. Reduced software cost and internet software updates. So you are not going to do anything, so it will be managed by the service providers. Unlimited storage, yes, definitely it's unlimited storage capacity you will get. Universal document access, so either you can save the document, store the document, you can give access to other people to access your document, otherwise you can security perspective, you can define the security lines, who will access, who not will access, that also you can define here. Sorry. And the increased data reliability, definitely it's a reliability, because it's a mirror technologies there. If anything goes wrong with one server, then definitely will get data from other server, there is no connection also, nothing is there. And device independence, because it's device independent, like it is not only desktop, laptop, mobile, everywhere you can access it, right? Let's talk about disadvantages of cloud computing. It requires a constant internet connection. If you doesn't have an internet connection, then definitely you cannot access to the cloud, right? So it's constant internet connection is required. If you know if it's a frequently disconnect, definitely will lose, it's a disaster, right? Does network bell in the low speed does not work, does not work, the cloud, if your network is speed in a low speed connection, definitely every organization have a high speed connection. So if you low connection, it doesn't work. Future might be limited based on provider you choose. Definitely, the I told you, right, how much you use, that much you pay. So might be limited. Definitely, it's limited. Okay. if you want you can increase it. Okay, it can be slow because it's a remote location your data is that definitely it's slow. And but I never experience it, but it might be okay. Store data might not be secure. I told you, right? Store data might not be secure because your data is not stored in your organization, your data center. It is stored in different countries, server, different data center. Let's take an example. Germany, US, or they have their data center policy and norms and condition and different, right? Indian government have different policies, norms, right? So you have to be, think about it before migrate to private cloud, because your data it might not be secure. But it's I can say it's secure, but yes, of course, if you want to strictly secure your data, definitely you have to be a private cloud. Okay, if your data is stored abroad, whose policy do you adhere to? Like definitely you should follow their policy. You should not create your own policy, right? The way they have constructed, they've given the norms and you have to obey this, obey that rule and norms and conditions to use the data center. So thanks for watching this video, and I think I have completed cloud computing, like characteristics, service module, as well as the deployment modules, and disadvantages, advantages. So thanks for watching, and guys, do not forget to subscribe my channel and like, comments, because of these things I cannot grow my channel. So I request you to do not forget to subscribe my channel. Thank you. We will see you on